We are back.
Hey, the RNA show.
The RNA show. Live, full in effect.
Like
As-
it is.
As it's been stated earlier, we will have discussion topics this time. Something
Yeah.
that last time we were getting a feel for what we were doing, and now we know what we're doing.
I wouldn't say we exactly know what we're doing. We're in the process of knowing what we're doing. So this time we actually had some bullet points we need to talk about. I'm going to wing it, but eventually we're going to perfect this whole thing and give you guys a great product. But for now, yeah, we have some talking points we want to talk about.
Oh, yes. And as of now, I'm not sure if we're going to have any special guests with us today, but we might have one special guest. He might join. We might see if he's willing and able to. But as of now, we're just here.
Yeah.
And Ray,
Yeah.
are we discussing?
All right, we got a couple topics to discuss. This is how we're gonna do it. Akil came up with these topics, and he's gonna go over them, and I'm gonna interject, give him my feedback and what I want to talk about on these topics. The three topics we have are expectations, the police, and gas prices. You know, they're all relevant topics, and we'll derive discussions off of all these topics that we have. So when Akil told me expectations, I really didn't know what he was talking about. So I'm gonna let him tell you exactly where he's going with it.
All right. Expectations. I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and we were talking about expectations, about how expectations shape us in some ways, or don't shape us, or help hinder us. On not our last show, but the show before in Connecticut that we did, that I still have not put on YouTube. We talked about expectations, about how our family puts expectations on us, sometimes too high for us to really attain, and we can't attain it, and then we feel like we messed up because we didn't meet their expectations, but we didn't set expectations for ourselves. Because we don't set expectations for ourselves, we can't really, we can't move forward, because we're not really doing it for ourselves at that point. We're doing it for somebody else. And it could be a vicious cycle. There's different things. There's expectations that you set for somebody else that I set such a high expectation that when you don't meet it, now I feel disappointed because you didn't meet the expectation I set for you.
Right.
Whose fault is that? That your fault or my fault? That I set an expectation that you didn't attain, but now I'm disappointed in you.
That's definitely the person that whoever's setting these expectations, that's on them. And it's just, if you set expectations for yourself and you don't obtain them, that's on you. But when people place expectations on you and they feel disappointed, that's not your fault, you know? Like you said, everyone has expectations. Parents have expectations of their kids. Friends set expectations for their friends. And when you don't reach those expectations and they're upset, don't let that bring you down, because that's not there. Sometimes it can be unrealistic, and sometimes they're just that person's expectation, man. Like it's not on you. The thing that counts the most is the expectations you place on yourself, and that's, at the end of the day, that's the only thing that really matters, you know.
All right. Yeah, but you won't be able to access it because it's connected. Go. Sorry, y'all. Go to your Hangouts, and it should be there.
Awesome. Hi.
Hey.
We have someone who wants to view it, but is having some technical difficulties. For me, I love expectations. I've learned one of my key and critical reasons why I'm in school now and doing well in school is because um, hmm, one teacher, one teacher alone, I can honestly say he really set the bar for me. My first day of school, and he asked all of the class, "What do you expect to make in this class?" Of course, everybody's gonna say A,
Yeah.
but he made sure we understood that question. He said, "What do you expect?" He said, "Not what I expect," because at the
Right.
end, I already graduated. I'm teaching you, so I want to make sure that you can set an expectation. Um,
What's that?
I think somebody was trying to come in on a call. I don't know if she can view it.
Am I interrupting?
Just a little.
Okay, sorry, bye.
You're calling. There should be a way where you can just view it.
Go to the way to view it is go to your Google Plus account, and if you're in the circle, it should say like RNA show, and you can click on it and view
Yeah,
it.
you should be able to click onto the RNA show.
Okay, bye.
But he made sure that we understood that the expectations were not of him, but of ourselves. And I said I was going to make an A in this class. Unfortunately, I made a B.
Yeah.
And it was a stupid B. It was a stupid B. I still regret that B to this day because it's like I didn't meet my expectations.
Right.
I wrote a paper and I would have got an A on the paper had I on my you had a cover page and then you had like the back page where you circle what your thesis was and you have like a little questionnaire. I forgot to choose my concluding method of which I chose to conclude my paper. Because I forgot to circle it, I got an F on the paper, which then dropped my grade down to a B.
Wow.
But it got me to think. It's like I created this expectation. I was supposed to make this A. I worked very hard to make this A, but I missed it because of a. I don't even want to say technicality. I missed it because I forgot to do something. So
on the details.
There was nothing that he did or anybody else did. It was all something that I did. Right. So I learned expectations from there.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, with the whole thing, with the expectations that other people place on you, as opposed to yourself, is unrealistic expectations. A lot of people will place unrealistic expectations, and that just sets you up for a downfall. And even if you place unrealistic expectations on yourself, that just leads to basically being disappointed. So you gotta make sure your expectations for yourself and for your others are realistic, that they can actually meet those expectations.
And another thing is, if you have other people who are around you, you can let them know your expectations of yourself so they can hold you accountable so you can meet expectations. Where, there's no criticism. It's, well, how come you didn't help me along the way? Well, I didn't know what you were trying to do. I didn't know what goal you were trying to accomplish. Now I'm there to see you grow. I want to help you in your endeavors, and this is the way I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely real. So, you have any other talking points on these expectations, or is it just personal, or friends, family? What else? What other expectations can we talk about?
See, the reason why I said expectations and expectations first is, if you look at what's going on in society, that's why I brought the police aspect to it, because we might have the wrong expectations of police officers.
Yeah.
And we expect them to do a job that they're not doing, or they are doing, but we're not seeing the full spectrum of what they do.
Yeah.
And as a society, sometimes we just see one-sided, and our expectations are skewed at that point.
Well, talking about the police, if you want to get into that topic, kind of going back and forth. Uh, it's the thing about it is we place these expectations on the officials or just anybody because the majority of the police meet those expectations, and then some don't. So obviously, if the majority are meeting them, we're gonna place that expectation on everybody, even though that might, like you said, might not be realistic, but that's what we do, you know.
And just for anybody who decides to watch this later on, um, police officers, that's their job. You have to think about it. Now, I need people to look at your own job and just really say, at my job, do I meet my employer's expectations of me? Do I do all that I can do? Or do you see your fellow employees who are working alongside of you not doing what they're supposed to be doing?
Right.
And how do you correct them?
Yeah.
Because if we can't correct it in our own little sphere of influence, why do you expect the police officers to do the same in their sphere of influence?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we're all human beings. Sometimes we cut corners. Sometimes we might not work up to the level that we're supposed to be working. And it's different, like, with different jobs. But when you're, as a police officer, there's certain criteria or certain things that they might not always meet. But think about in your job, have you ever cut corners? Have you ever done, it's supposed to be done this way, but you do it a little bit, you don't do it all the
deviation of what was required.
Right.
Of course, I have.
So, exactly. And that's just how it is. We're human beings, you know? So.
Definitely. I'm wanting a special guest to come out.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can invite somebody.
Okay.
And if he can get on that, this would be great. Since he hasn't heard the first half, but we can definitely get him in to enlighten us on what he thinks about police and their job.
That'd be great. Who's our special guest?
We're gonna try to add Gilbert Joseph.
All right.
Is the music good?
Music?
Yeah, you're. So, I know we talked earlier about the police shootings in New York City. Two police officers. You didn't know what happened.
Right.
So I'll let you know. It was Saturday, 2:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Two police officers in Brooklyn got shot, and we have our special guest, Gilbert Joseph. Welcome.
What's up?
What up, bro?
So
It's hanging over there. You got daylight still over there, I see.
Of course, it's always sunny in California.
I'm just getting in the house, so I'm getting stuff together.
all right. Well, Gilbert, do you know about the police shooting in New York?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna keep letting Ray know what happened or what was going on in that situation.
Okay.
So, two police officers were shot. There was a man from Baltimore, Maryland. He's been posting things online saying he was gonna give two police officer wings, and he shot his girlfriend in Baltimore, then drove up to New York and shot two police officers, killed them, and then he went to a subway and killed himself. And that's basically it. But it's retaliation for his thing was because of Trayvon. I mean, not Trayvon Martin. Eric Gardner and
Michael Brown.
Michael Brown. Thank you.
Yep.
It was retaliation for that. And here's the question: is retaliation needed, or is it best for things to happen the way it should be? Because retaliation doesn't ever go anywhere.
Hmm. I mean, it puts more light on the story. More than anything, at the same time, you know, these officers probably had nothing to do, or probably aren't even like the bad cops or anything like that are doing this kind of stuff. And unfortunately, you know, their families are suffering because of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's never I don't think it's ever a good thing when you take innocent lives. Like you said, families are suffering. And like you said, you're putting, giving light to this. I mean, giving some light to the situation, like making awareness, but it's at what cost? At two innocent people's lives. So you're basically just doing the same thing the police are doing. You know, you're just taking an innocent life. So I don't agree with it. Definitely.
And another thing that really got me is that how cowardly he was to shoot himself.
Yeah.
And to me, if you want to check the justice system per se, why don't you try for a trial and see what happens instead of saying, you know, I shot them, now I can shoot myself, because you don't see where justice is being taken place at that point. You just take a life for a life.
Yep. That's true.
So Gilbert, let's bring you back up to speed. We first started this conversation about expectations.
Okay.
What are your expectations of us right now?
What's that supposed to be?
Well, Tinas, this is your show, so.
No, it's a trick question.
I mean, yeah, I expect the show to be top notch. That's what I expect.
And I expect people to actually tune into this show. No one's tuning in.
We have one viewer right now.
Yeah, one viewer.
Oh, who? Really?
Yeah, one though.
One.
Can you guess who that one is?
Let me find. Let me put. You want me to put this on Facebook?
You can, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Let me find it. Let me put this on link
We
up.
have 2 viewers. Yay!
Oh, 2 viewers. Who's the second viewer?
I don't know who the second viewer is, but I do want to say, well, first and foremost, hello, viewers. Thank you for joining us. This is the RNA show.
We're perfecting our product, just to let you know that. It's all a process.
North Carolina saying hi.
Sunny California saying hi.
Texas is saying hi. We should do this at the end when we, sign off. That whole process. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah,
So
we'll have our production meeting after the production.
Yes. With expectations, we were talking about how sometimes we expect so much of others that we might get disappointed. And whose fault is it? Is it the person who set the expectations or the person who didn't meet the expectations?
Okay.
So you being in management, do you set high expectations for your coworkers?
To be honest, I would love to do that, but I understand that my expectations are higher than most.
Right, so you're going to set that
I pretty
for disappointment.
Yeah, pretty much. I set the bar low, but over time, I expect for them to step up to the job that they've been given.
Right.
Over time, if they don't show any improvement, then I had to step in or even replace them if I had to.
Yeah.
Poor job. Poor job.
But no, I don't want to like go in like hard and set the bar too high and then scare people away from the job or make them too afraid to make decisions on their own. But um, I try to give them a fair chance.
All right. Now, Gilbert, you being a father, do you do the same with your daughter?
No, the bar's higher. The bar, as she is listening there right now.
Hello.
No, she's eating. She's over in the corner.
So the bar is higher for her, but
Yeah, because it's a 24-hour gig, being a pop, and um, I guess more than likely, I'm hoping that a lot of the stuff that we do in the home and as far as school, what her expectations, that it carries on in life. Like trying to worry about people at work is a lot different from caring about your kid.
Right. Well, that's what we were talking. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, what we're saying is there's a
the
lot.
end results are huge.
All right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry. That goes along with what we were saying earlier. Is our family places a certain expectation on us, and if we don't achieve those expectations, then we feel like a failure. But in all reality, it's not us. It's the parents. It's the family. And what really comes down to it is the expectation that you place on yourself. If you don't achieve that, then you can feel like a failure. Then you can be disappointed in yourself. But expectations put on by other people should not change the way you feel about yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's their expectations, not yours.
and for you, Gilbert, because trust, I'm in the same game as you, but I have a younger child, but I need to figure out how to set expectations on my child now, but so that she understands she needs to set expectations for herself first. I think that's the first and foremost thing. We need to make sure that our children know how to set expectations for themselves so they know what they want versus what others want of them.
Right. And it all depends, I guess, on their personality,
Right.
first and foremost, because people are different and learn differently. I mean, on the one hand, you want to teach them to be, responsible, productive, and everything like that. But some lessons they might, one child might might see as like, being selfless for other people. Um, Growing up, they can become like they can be taken advantage of. So there's a lot of different things you have to kind of keep an eye on as you're trying to teach each individual lesson. That's the tough part. Trying to figure out how far to go in the lessons. Exactly how to teach it and everything like that. It's pretty much it's sad to say there's no book,
Yeah.
no manual on how to teach it.
True.
It's all trial by error, but you kind of hope that you have enough people, a lot of different influences, helping you get the right message out to the your kid.
I like. So growing up Haitian, how were the expectations set?
Oh man.
Right now is your mother with the lighter
Uh-huh.
and somebody's tongue.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I still say that word now too. It's had no effect on me.
That's gonna be a side comment. We won't have that recorded fully. No names fully disclosed.
No names. But no, it's man, yeah, the cultural thing, that was huge. That was huge.
It's a huge good and bad. You have to
Yeah.
look in both spectrums, because I know for me, I probably wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for my culture. Because I saw my friends and what they were doing, but yet I would go home. It's like, no, we don't do what they do. But now I understand we don't do what they do because they wanted me to do something better in my life. So I understand why our culture could have been, somewhat better. And, in some other aspects, I didn't like the Haitian culture. This is before cell phones, mind you, when I would be at the store when I was supposed to come straight home, and I come home and mom's talking to me, so how you doing? How was your day? It was good. So, were you at the store today? I'm like, no. She's like, yeah, you were. Somebody saw you. I'm like, how did somebody? It's a sad thing living in a small but large community.
Yep. Everybody knew everybody, and you couldn't get away with anything.
But that's where society is failing now, I think, is we lost that aspect of raising children. We forgot the community aspect. We just think that a child's supposed to just be raised in their household instead of outside of the household, where I see you are so-and-so's son or daughter, and your mom wouldn't like that.
Okay, yeah.
And just hearing that, sometimes that put some fear in me. Like, you know my mom too? Why? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I still think there's still aspects of that in neighborhoods and certain communities where you know that kid, that you're looking out, you see what happens, So I still think there is it's still there. I think it still is.
But it's not like State Farm says it. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is
there.
So where is everybody?
Oh, yeah.
True. Yeah, right. I remember growing up, like you actually knew your neighbors and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a certain bit of that here, but it's not quite like it was growing up, where you actually been to your neighbor's house, you know their family, you've met their friends, even you've had barbecues with them. It's not quite, I don't know, as open as it used to be.
And why do you think that is?
Whew. I don't know. Maybe it's but even with all this like openness, like with the internet communication, social media, people are more reserved about letting people in.
Right.
And it's kind of surprising, They put out all kinds of stuff about their life out, but personally, like one-on-one, they're very restrictive.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
Yeah. Also, with like the influx of media, the internet, all this stuff, you hear all these bad stories about people. You hear this, that, crime, and whatnot. So people are on the P's and Q's a little bit, So it's hard to get in,
True.
There's too much dead air. Too much dead air.
Oh man. I hear myself. I'm an introvert, so I'm not one to like trying to put myself out there in the first place.
Yeah.
But at least growing up, like I knew the kids in the neighborhood. I knew their parents. We've been to each other's houses and all that stuff. I think people are more protective about their kids.
Yeah.
And my mother was that way.
Yeah.
Do not leave the house. Do not.
Yep. Yep.
Don't even try to ride your bike down the street.
Nope.
We had lookouts.
That's right.
But yeah, it's funny how society has changed so much. I like how you said with social media we feel like we're closer, but we're not. We're closer on my phone,
Yeah.
but if I were to see you in person, it's like,
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. I remember that. I remember in college being friends with all these people on Facebook, and then you see them on campus, and you don't even say a word, but you're like, oh, that's my Facebook friend, but you can't even say hi to them, face to face. So it's funny. And then you get back to your computer, and like you get like a post. I saw you on campus. And like, so why didn't you say hi? So it's funny.
yeah,
It's like I guess it's easier to. I guess I want to say be yourself, but it's easier to be like a character online than
then to
being normal people.
Right. All right, guys. Let's move on to our next topic. It's really broad. It's gas prices.
I love it.
All right.
It's actually the lowest since 2009. Gas prices. What are the prices over there in North Carolina?
I think for premium you're looking at like 287.
Okay.
Unleaded.
No, that's the premium. That's premium. Unleaded. Gosh, I haven't even. I don't even look at the pump.
I think it's about 261. Well, in South Carolina, I talked to my father the other day. So Ray, what's the gas prices for you?
The cheapest I've seen is $2.79. So, not bad for California.
Not bad.
Unleaded for me right now is 191.
Whew.
What? Wow. Why?
They're right by the Gulf, man.
I love it.
That's where all the fuel's coming from.
Somewhat. We have enough oil lines here.
Wait, did you say 191?
191.
Oh, I thought you said 291. What? That's crazy.
Man.
Move to Texas.
Get it without the middleman.
Yeah.
So
And-
why?
Heck.
What's the reason for the low gas prices? See, I'm not even up on all that stuff. I just work all day, go to bed, and work all day. So I'm not even paying attention to why the gas prices are so low.
I think we have our special guest who can tell us all about this.
I think some of it has to do, of course, with all the shale that they're doing. They're getting out up north, fracking.
Yeah.
All that's helped drop the price. I know OPEC, the other guys that the coalition that sets the prices for oil, they're not too happy about all that because it's dropping their profits
Yeah.
because oil is not the hot thing anymore.
Right.
But this is also why kind of segue to the situation with Cuba, why we're opening up a trade with them again, is because with our surplus, Cuba can be, once they start opening trade with them again, they can be a customer in regards to oil and fuel. So.
So do you think that it will happen? Cuba and United States.
Oh yeah. Definitely. After 50 plus years, I mean, in reality, nothing's really happened that really hurt the country too much. I mean, the same people, the reason why they did it was because they wanted to hurt the government that was running the country. I mean, after 50 years, I mean, you kind of have to give it up.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt him at all too much.
So that means that like we can start selling our cars to them,
Yep.
selling oil to them, selling all our products. So it's just another customer, basically, right?
I mean, in a way, I think it's probably the better way to change your government is to open up trade.
Yeah.
Once the people there see there's a better way of doing things like how we do it here, they might just up and change themselves.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
They'll finally be able to drive a Ford Taurus.
Yeah, no other classic 50s cars.
Right.
Might be the 90s, but hey, still works.
Oh, that'd be cool. Just importing a bunch of Ford Fiestas, like 1990 Ford Fiestas.
All right. I know this is probably not on the agenda, but I just thought about it. The movie The Interview, Sony Productions. What is going on?
Man, wimps. Yes. I can't believe that they pulled it because of, I don't know. I mean, if the movie was good, the movie was good. If it was bad, it was bad. But, in the past, we've done movies about, foreign dictators without fear of retaliation.
Yeah.
I don't see why they caved.
They caved quickly, too. Because Obama's speech about, I wish they told me before, they decided not to do it. Like,
right.
We would have made sure that the movie still went on. But I'm just like, wow. It got that bad that Sony had to back down and not even air it and may not even have it out for sale.
Oh, they're pulling it everywhere, online, DVDs, you name it.
Wow. And how much did that movie cost them? It was expensive, right?
I don't know.
It probably was.
Yeah.
Seeing all the stuff that was on there. Yeah. They pulled,
at this point, it's a loss for them.
Yeah, definitely.
How will Sony get back?
Hey, I just saw right now, it's on the New York Post. Sony plans to release an interview on Crackle for free.
On Crackle?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, for free? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd actually see it, but okay.
I would see it just because I want to see. I want to see the movie just because it seems that stupid funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two actors together again.
Yeah.
After Bad Neighbors, like really, I'm gonna do the interview. Yeah, I'll watch it, but why would they show it for free? What game will they make, or will Crackle have to spend
Yeah,
money?
I know. I don't know. Weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I saw that someone said that if they put it out for free, they should ask for viewers to, like, donate $5 towards a cause or something like that. Yeah. I think, would have been great.
All right, so I don't get what's the difference between it being released in theaters and then being released on like Netflix. Why? I don't get why they're doing it that way.
I think it's probably to save face because originally they weren't going to release it at all.
Right.
I think after the public kind of went out there and voiced their opinions, this is their way of backtracking. Gotcha. But yeah, I guess I'm with you. Like, why are they doing it without trying to make a profit?
Right. At that point, if you're gonna release it, you might as well. People are gonna pay to see it.
Yeah.
So, maybe
this way. Maybe, I'm guessing maybe this way because at first there were theater chains that were pulling it.
Yeah.
Maybe this way they didn't want the theater chains to feel like they were liable for any retaliation. I guess.
Gotcha.
I mean, maybe I don't know, a DVD release or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you would think a DVD release could actually happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
right, guys. I'm gonna call it a day.
Yes, it's about that time.
About that time. At least this RNA show, we actually had some talking points. As we perfect this process, it'll get smoother and just make a better product. I keep saying that, a better product, but that's what's going to happen as we keep going. So, when you guys want to do this again, we need to get more people on it.
Yes, we do. I think we just need to spread the word. We need to share this clip to your friends, to your family. Just let them know, what's going on. And on this, you could ask questions, and
right.
No audience has submitted a question yet, so we can't answer anything. Even if they did, we would be able to. But until we get a question, we can't answer it.
Right.
But with the more viewers we have, the more questions we would have where people can respond and just enter more, so we have more feedback with our audience.
Exactly. Make it an interactive show.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
All right, guys.
All right.
Well, signing off from sunny California, Ray Classy. You guys have a great Christmas. I'm pretty sure I'll talk to you guys, but
all right.
Enjoy your Christmas.
All right. Thank you, Ray.
All right, guys.
From Texas, Dollar 91 gas. Remember that? Akil Allen. I have a good Christmas.
Checking out here from North Kakalaki. Gil, later.
All right.
Nice working with you guys.
Nice working with you too, Gilbert. Did you get a Southern accent? Because I hear a little bit of a drawl. It's funny, man. Like
you can't help it, man. You lived down here long enough to pick it up.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But this is
from Connecticut. I gotta say that.
All right, guys.